Thursday,
1 o'clock.
opposite Saxes.
It is. You and
The
me.
two of us, we're here again. Thanks for being with us. And we also want to thank a very good friend of ours, Christine Dean, who is the DFW Networking Diva. Thank you to her for not only producing this show, but being a sponsor. And Christine knows everything there is to know about marketing and websites. For a young lady, she got a lot of knowledge in her head, and she can share it with you. You can go for a free consultation, free, cost nothing. Contact her and just say, would you please take a look at my website or take a look at my Facebook page and tell me if there's something I can do to make it a little bit better. She'll share the information with you. You want to take her advice? Fine. If you don't want to take her advice, that's fine too.
Well, you'd be silly not to, but.
Well, you would be really silly because we have taken advantage of it, and it's really elevated our game. Absolutely. She's a good kid. We like her a lot.
And she's a kid, by the way.
Yeah.
Compared to us.
Yeah, compared to us, everybody's a kid.
Yeah, just about.
Hey, we've been talking about concerts, because every once in a while, especially now, there are a lot of groups that we followed when we were younger, and they seem to be doing their last tour again and again, like the Eagles. Right. The Eagles did Hell Freezes Over, then Hell Freezes Over again, and then they came back from Frozen Hell to have another tour.
Is Billy Joel?
Billy Joel is getting ready. He's getting ready to do another concert in
Madison
Square Garden, which he's probably appeared in Madison Square Garden more than the New York Knicks.
That's saying a lot.
He's in New York. They either appear again in Central Park or in Madison Square Garden. But so people say, oh yeah, I love Billy Joel. I'm going to go see Billy Joel. And he's in Madison Square Garden, which holds 60-some thousand people.
A lot of people.
And while I would like to go see some of our old favorite groups that have been around, you stop and say to yourself, why spend all of that money unless you're going to pay the really big bucks and get the front row seats or something?
You can't even get those. What are you talking
they're
about?
Usually. I
don't know how people get them.
Yeah, they're taken before they even go. Yeah.
There's just no way, because we could be right, Johnny on the spot, right on there when the tickets go out, and we're all the way back. And I kind of resent paying these prices, having to sit all the way back there. You're paying for parking.
Oh, parking has gotten astronomical.
The food is,
and that's horrible. Also astronomical.
And
you want to buy a T-shirt for the event.
Well, I do like to do that.
The something tour or something, but $40 or $50 for a T-shirt.
But a lot of the times you can just get a CD or a couple of CDs and play them at your whim. And
for what it costs to park, get 2 really good seats for a group.
Yeah.
Get something to eat and get a souvenir. You can buy every album that group has ever recorded.
And we used to go to a lot of concerts.
We did.
Is that because we're showing our age? We're getting older.
Well, I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends that go to those concerts, and I've been to some of those in stadiums. And as I said, unless you're paying the really big bucks to get really good seats, you end up in the second or sometimes the third balcony, and you watch the entire concert on the big Jumbotron screens because you can barely see the stage. And especially when the artist comes out, sits down in front of the piano and does a slow, easy ballad on the piano by themselves. There is one spotlight on them. And you got binoculars looking to see them on the stage. You can hear them. The sound is usually pretty good.
Yeah, the sound's great
in the stadiums, but you don't have that experience. I mean,
we've been to a couple of concerts outside.
Yeah.
And as long as it's not rainy, it's not hot, it's not cold, it's got to be. perfect.
But that's got its own, it's got its own issues.
But we were still kind of farther back, except for that 70s Experience concert was
when
good.
we went to see Chicago and Earth, Wind and Fire.
That was
at an outdoor venue. I mean, I would say, you know, this was reserve seats, and then they had the grassy area in the back.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, except if the person sitting in front of you is 6'5",
you have a problem.
and all.
Yeah, you have a
You're
problem.
trying to do that. And then when they play a tune that everybody really gets into, everybody stands up.
Yeah.
So now you stand up. I remember when our daughter Jory and I, for I think my 50th birthday,
I gave you tickets, 2 tickets to see the Rolling Stones.
To see the Rolling Stones
Right.
in the Orange Bowl in Miami.
Right.
We were on the field. I would say we were probably halfway, you know, we were probably around the 50-yard line when the stage was at the goalpost. So we were fairly far away. As soon as the opening acts finished and the Stones came out, everybody stood up. Well,
and
if you wanted to see what was going on, you could hear it, you had to stand up. That wasn't good enough. So everybody decided to stand up on their chairs so they could see better. Well, I ain't that sturdy on my feet and all. And we stood up for almost 2 hours just so we could see Mick Jagger and the band on stage.
You had a good time. I remember that.
We had a great,
even though you were standing,
time.
But you just,
but you know,
you get to the point where I think you're just over it.
And a lot of people say, you know, oh, I love that experience because it's still live. Yeah. I mean, look, groups used to play large indoor venues, concert halls, you know, but it seems over the last so many decades, it's like to play baseball stadiums and football stadiums, outdoor events. Mm-hmm. Now there are a few of those outdoor events that I wouldn't mind going to. And one of them is Red Rock.
Yeah.
In Colorado.
We would both like to do that.
An outdoor amphitheater that's built right into the mountainside. They say it's incredible. The sound is incredible, and just the venue. But I'm leaning a little more towards those old movie houses that have stages.
But there's not a lot of those. And the music is to the 60s, 70s, sometimes the 50s. I mean, the music is so. Well, I mean, some of it. But
the thing is, it's not that
good,
much cheaper. In fact, sometimes it could be a little bit more. We went to see Melissa Etheridge at the Majestic Theater here in Dallas, and it was like a movie theater.
Yeah,
or
that was
for
nice.
Small stage productions and everything.
That was nice.
And it honestly was, and we were in the balcony, but we were close enough to the stage that it really did feel a little bit more of an intimate kind of a performance.
Yeah.
And then again, we went to see John Mellencamp at a casino. You know, in Oklahoma. Couldn't even see him because everybody was standing up and yelling and screaming. It was hard even to hear because of the crowd.
And I love John Mellencamp, but I was a little turned off after that concert because I don't know if it's his age. Maybe it is because he's also getting older. He just didn't seem to have the oomph, I don't know, the entertainment factor. He just kind of sang the songs.
I've always had a thing about going to a concert and they play a tune and everybody claps and all, and they say, thank you very much. Our next song is from our second album. And they play that. Then when they finish, thank you very, very much.
And they go from one to another.
Appreciate having you here and all. Next song is this. You know, I kind of like when they break in the middle and they tell you a little bit about the tour.
James Taylor is like that.
Oh, James Taylor.
James Taylor was really good. And we paid dearly for that. But we had good seats. That was close to the house.
Yeah.
But they're few and far between. And just getting to the point, it's such a big deal anymore, is it?
There was one favorite that I don't think we have been, well, yeah, there was one maybe. We went to see Harry Chapin this is many, many years ago.
Yeah.
He died far, far too soon. But we went to see him at a racetrack, a dog track.
He was with Roberta Flack.
He was with Roberta Flack. Roberta Flack opened for Harry Chapin.
Right.
But Harry Chapin, you felt like there wasn't anybody else in the venue except you and Harry Chapin. He would sit there on a stool and he would talk about the song that he was about to sing and where the idea came from, and talked about his family. And man, you felt like you were really being entertained by somebody who genuinely wanted to entertain you.
And you were. And
he was phenomenal. And I don't remember if we've been to a concert since that was that all inclusive.
Well,
James Taylor
came kind of close to that, except for the
it was
venue.
James Taylor and oh man.
Reba. No,
not Reba.
No.
No. Yeah, the
gray
red hair with the wisp of gray.
Okay, that's that age.
Yeah, my favorite female.
You love her.
Artist. Bonnie Raitt.
Bonnie Raitt. That's
right. James Taylor and Bonnie Raitt. That also was a good one. Bonnie Raitt came on and did a short set. James Taylor came on and did a short set. They both came on, sat on stools next to each other, talked a little bit, played, talked some more.
But as I say, they're few and far between. The prices are astronomical and the seats just aren't there.
And if you park at the venue, especially if it's indoors, you might as well just sit in your seat when the curtain goes down and just sit and talk for a half hour or more, because by the time you get to your car, you're going to sit there waiting just to back out of your space. Yeah. And then once you back out of your space, you got to sit in line waiting to get out of the venue and get back to the highway.
But this could be just us. I mean, because I know a lot of people love going to concerts. Your sister does. They have a couple of great venues where she lives, and they're outside. Yeah. And that makes it really nice outside. I don't know how close she can get.
Yeah, that's a little iffy though when you buy tickets for an outdoor concert, because you're at the mercy of the weather. It could be too hot, too cold. It could be raining, overcast, But I think that some of the best places to go see concerts is college campuses, because they usually have auditoriums that are big enough to accommodate a group, but small enough not to be lost.
You don't hear so much unless it's going on and we don't realize it or know about it. You don't hear so much of college campuses with concerts. You really don't, especially now with COVID. Well, you don't hear a lot about concerts.
Yeah. Well, during COVID, of course, there were concerts you could follow virtually.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it left a lot to be desired, but
I don't think that there were that many of those either. I just think everybody kind of took a break.
Yeah. And now you're seeing a lot of groups that had to cancel or postpone their tours because of COVID. Now they're back on track. Yeah. And it's hard to get tickets for those because they're honoring the tickets from when they were supposed to be there, and
as they should. Yeah. So I guess we'll put on our CDs for a little while longer until something better comes along.
Put on your CDs
and DVDs. We even have DVDs.
Yeah. But I mean, there are some people that'll say, "Oh no, you're absolutely wrong." If they have it at an auto racetrack, they have it at the Indy 500 racetrack, or the Daytona racetrack. I'm going to be there.
Yeah, that's your thing. Go for it.
That's fine. Me, I guess, because of my background and liking groups, because I like acoustic music so much, I'm still looking for coffee houses.
Well,
and honestly, that, folks, is also a good avenue to look into. Find those small venues, the local taverns that have open mic night or something. Sometimes you can see some really good entertainment.
Yeah, you might not see big name entertainment, which is okay.
That's okay. But you get to sit up close and listen and have a meal or a drink and enjoy it.
Yeah, no, those are very relaxing. I like those as well. I agree with you.
But yeah, I don't think that live entertainment will ever fall apart. There's always going to be live entertainment, whether it's
true.
music or food festivals, or it's small venues, or it's large
And
venues.
now it's coming back with a bang because of COVID. People are just so antsy to be out and about.
And they
I don't blame them.
enjoy being out.
Yeah.
So get out there, go listen to some live music, take in some concerts. Let us know which ones you really liked and which ones maybe you thought were a bust and all. But the other thing is, make sure you get your tickets for next week's show. They're going,
most important.
Yeah, they're going fast.
Very.
So so be right here next Thursday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon for Opposite Saxes.
Bye.
Bye.